Aloha all, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'm Paper Mario Guy, and I'm finally by myself. Not that I do not like the company of my colleagues of Shadow Mario Guy and Caboose478. It's nice to be finally playing this game by myself, so I can talk about what I want to talk about and do what I need to do. And what I need to do is tackle this forest temple, and we're going to do it in great fashion. So, the first thing that I, do when I come in here, is I actually equip Deku Nuts, because you will be fighting two enemies right off the bat. And, Deku Nuts, honestly, they work, I think, better than using the hook shot, only for the sheer fact that you can keep your sword out as you throw Deku Nuts, and with the hook shot you have to change, and it just makes things more difficult than it really needs to be. So that's my first little tip that I guess I'd say that how I play it. But the hook shot, I guess, works just fine. Now, the thing about this room is that a lot of people, what they'll do in their first run-through is they won't explore this room. They'll, defeat the two Stalfos and they'll think that's it. But honestly, this is probably one of the biggest things that stumped me the first time I ever played this game, and especially when I go on breaks of playing this game, because I do play this game kind of often, but when I take I haven't played the game in 2 years or something like that, it still sometimes stumps me if I don't remember it. But you want to explore this room because A, there's your first Skulltula, and B, you can get a small key in here. And the thing about the small key is that, unlike the Skulltula, it's, really necessary to beat the temple, and you'll get to a point where you need one key, and you don't have anything. So, I'd suggest exploring that I wouldn't suggest, I'd tell you, explore that room, make sure you get the Skulltula and the key. So, another awesome thing about the hook shot, it beats those big spiders in one shot, and that's always fantastic. Oh my god, my jaw hurts. ZOMG, it's ghosts. Yes, so this is basically the main theme of the Forest Temple, and it's I thought it was a pretty creative theme the first time I played through it. There's these four ghosts, and you have to go through, and in basically the four corners of the, the level, you have to go and find these ghosts and defeat them. And once they're all defeated, their torches will light up respectively, and it will show you that in a cutscene. And once all four are, lit up, then you get, access to another room, and then it's, close to the boss. So, where is this Skulltula? There's a Skulltula in this room, sitting on one of the walls, and I can't figure out which one it is, so I'm just gonna move on. Now, there's a bunch of different ways that I guess you could tackle this, this dungeon. I like to go, yeah, okay. See, even Deku Nuts, stun. Even Deku Nuts stun those guys. So Deku Nuts are, like I said, really, actually quite effective. Now, these guys, I do not think that they stun. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think Deku Nuts stun. But these guys, these guys are very intimidating the first time you fight them, and I think this is actually the first time that you fight them. But they're really not as hard as they look. You just gotta defeat them somewhat quickly. Dodge their attacks and, set them up in a pattern, and you can, pretty much destroy these guys. These guys are not difficult. Like I said, you just gotta watch and make sure that you defeat both of them, because the longer you take, they come back, and you really, you don't want that, because it will catch you off guard, and then, it's just not fun. Now, this room not only has a small key, but it also has a very, very easy fairy that I'd recommend picking up. Although I don't think that this temple is hard enough that it really needs a fairy. I still recommend getting one because, you know, there's really no reason not to. And if it's right there, then you're just, you know, being extra prepared can never really hurt you. So I'd say pick up that fairy. So now we have 2 fairies and bugs. And that's always fantastic. Fantastic. I like that word so much. Like, fantastic is just, you know, a fantastic word. Oh, okay, here's Mr. Skulltula. So this is the second Skulltula of 5 in this dungeon, and sitting on the wall directly across from when you walk in. So I'd suggest, you know, picking that up if you're, you know, once you go in that room. But anyway, now we get into where you could, you know. Well, actually, I mean, now you get into where you kind of need the extra keys and stuff like that. Because if you don't, then you're pretty much screwed. Because you can't go into any of these doors yet. I don't think you can, at least. Oh, well, you can get in that door, but I'm not going to. I like to go into the locked door first, but, you know, that's just me. This is just, you know, how I play. Again, the hookshot takes care of these guys, no problem. Although, even though they're dying, they still get in your way, which is never fun. But, in this room, we have, quite the big puzzle. Although it's not very hard, you will find yourself in this room, quite a few times. And there's a lot of block pushing and all that jazz, but there are arrows painted on the floor! No way, arrows on the floor. But if Navi, you know, didn't tell you, it's pretty obvious that you have to push the block in the direction of the arrows. Not a very hard concept at all. Just takes forever. Like, I don't understand why they didn't have them, like, push them faster or something like that. I don't know, but I'm not going to complain about that, because that's such an insignificant little detail of the game that if you really spent your time complaining about it, then you need to reevaluate what makes a game for you. But, you know, while I could spend, you know, the entire time that I'm in this dungeon talking about the Forest Temple, I do have some other things that I want to cover, and considering I'm on my little break right now, I can't really do that in my own LP, so I'll just give you guys a few updates now. If you did not notice, which you will soon with Caboose478, is the fact that YouTube has now granted people a 15-minute time limit for their videos, which means that, you know, you now have way more time to work with. Now, does that mean that, you know, all of our videos are going to be 15 minutes? Well, I don't know what Caboose is going to do, but for me, at least, and it's something I'm going to enforce with, you know, the Let's Play, or, well, the tryout, is that I do not want this, you know, being 15 minutes, because the thing about 15 minutes is that you know, that's at least 4 minutes longer, and I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's like, you know, because they said 10 minutes, they always said that the YouTube time limit was 10 minutes, but it allowed you to go to 11 minutes, so I don't know if this is, you know, 15 minutes, but allows you go to 16, or if it's, you know, really 14, but it allows you to go to 15, I'm not sure. But yeah, the 15-minute time thing, you know, we're going to experiment with it, and it will be used to our advantage, you know, when we have, like, just a little bit left to show, say, in an episode that we just, you know, didn't have time for beforehand, or stuff like that. So it should definitely come in, you know, handy, and I think it's YouTube finally made the right decision with, you know, giving someone like that, or giving, you know, normal users like that, the privilege of 15 minutes. But Anyway, I do have something to talk about in this room. In this particular room, there is a new enemy. I don't think we've seen him in the game. He's called a wall. I think it's called a wall master. And you see that there's like this thing above us. It's this guy. Oh, and he just ran back up. Oh, screensaver. Oh, I do not like you so. Yeah, see now. See, I don't even know how to explain it, but Deku Nuts they work on everybody. Like, they stun everything. But, Wall Masters, the one reason why you might want to defeat a Wall Master is because the insane amount of rupees that they actually give you. Because they do give you quite a few rupees. But anyway, well, I guess while I was, talking about the whole YouTube time limit thing, I got distracted and realized that I didn't have a key that I needed, because I need one more key. So we're going to head back into the main room, and I believe I know where that key is.